I wasn't quite sure I'd ever be able to look at a Nissan Maxima and think it was a really interesting car, but this one definitely is. Really, when these were first released, they went through a few incarnations. This is the third generation, I think, which is the J30, 3-litre V6. This one comes with touchpad entry on the keys, on the doors, which is really very interesting. Actually, an older American thing that Nissan took on. Apparently, you can open the sunroof and the windows using that keypad. But I've never managed to actually do it. This one's the top of the range, so it's the SEI. These came with a 160 horsepower V6 standard. Heaps of power. Like when these came out, this was the flagship model, and this was really the car that got Nissan noticed in North America and a lot of the world, actually, because it was just such a step up in luxury. Really drove amazingly well. Super comfortable, pretty thirsty for a Japanese car, and definitely a lot bigger. You can see that they were blatantly going for the American style in here of the sort of early 90s. It's quite a different car than most Japanese would have had. It's actually really striking even now, especially with the standard wheels, which you don't often see on them. Came with every extra, including a tilt and slide sunroof, air conditioning, velour upholstery. These are big too. It's a big car. Japanese cars generally weren't this big until this happened. You know, this is genuinely a full 4-seater car. And it was really a good attempt to crack into the American market. In fact, it was a great attempt to break into the American car market. They sold lots of these there. Pretty basic by now standards, but that was full instrumentation back in the day. This one's really nice. Has everything. There's a little cover for the sunroof, of course. And tilt and slide. They came with great sound systems as standard. So it comes with a Pioneer one. So we've got all the original owners' manuals and documents. Now normally, I wouldn't normally get too excited about these, but they sort of disappeared because even though they were great cars, what happened is they were used hard. They went through various owners. The engines are pretty complex, really. Not easy to work on. Bulletproof until they start to go wrong. Head gaskets and things being the usual sort of problem with them. But as soon as they blow a head gasket, nobody really fixes them. Came with a generous sized interior, obviously. And also a generous sized boot. I haven't actually looked in this one, so I'm going to have a little nose. There we go. Low sill, high and big. This one was really well looked after, which is why I kept it on, actually. All it wanted was a water pump, but of course that was deemed a little bit too expensive for the owners to fix. So we took it on and we fixed it, and actually it's off to a new owner today who actually really likes it. So as soon as it's going to get picked up in the next 10 minutes or so by actually 2 people that work for Nissan. So effectively it's going home. But because it was such a tidy car, it's really perfect to be preserved. So let's hope it starts and goes well for them for a long period of time.